Story 1. There was someone on my porch. It all started last autumn. I live alone out in the countryside. It's always quiet here, too quiet. One night, around 2:30 a.m., I was up late working. My house has this small porch in the front with an old motion-activated light. It usually never turns on, unless something moves. That night, it flicked on. I thought maybe it was an animal, a raccoon or a fox. I stood up, looked out the window, and froze. There was someone standing on my porch. Not moving, not knocking, just standing there, inches from the front door, facing it. I turned off the lights inside so they couldn't see me. My heart was racing. I grabbed a kitchen knife. What else could I do? I tiptoed to the peephole. The figure was still there, not moving an inch, just waiting. Then I noticed something worse. Their head was slightly tilted, as if they were listening to me breathe. I backed away. I didn't dare call the police. I didn't want to make a sound. I just stood there, knife in hand, waiting for something to happen. And then the porch light turned off. I rushed to the window, but the person was gone. The next morning, I found something scratched into the wood of the door. Deep, crude letters. Almost. I don't know who that was. I don't know what they wanted. But sometimes, late at night, I see the light flick on again. And now I don't sleep near the front of the house anymore. Story 2. Don't look under the bed. When I was 10, I had this irrational fear that something lived under my bed. Classic childhood paranoia, right? But it wasn't just a feeling. I remember it like it was yesterday. One night, I dropped my pillow, and as I reached down to grab it, I saw something under the bed. Not a face, not a hand, just two eyes reflecting the moonlight, wide open and unblinking. I screamed. My mom rushed in, turned on the light, looked under the bed. Nothing. Just dust. After that, I refused to sleep without the lights on. But a few weeks later, I woke up in the middle of the night. The room was pitch black. The light had burned out. And then I heard it. A whisper. Coming from beneath me. I'm still here. I shot out of bed and ran to my mom's room. She didn't believe me. She said I was dreaming. But I know what I heard. Now I'm 28. I live alone. The other night, I was cleaning the closet and found my childhood bed frame stored in the attic. Out of nostalgia, I reassembled it and slept on it. Big mistake. Last night, as I laid there, I felt something shift beneath the mattress. The bed creaked softly. And then, in the darkness, I heard it again. You brought me back. I sleep on the couch now. And I will never, ever look under that bed again. Story 3. Something's in the basement. I live in a house just outside a small town. After the divorce, I stayed behind alone. I'm nearly 40, and to be honest, loneliness has been eating at me like rust on metal. The silence was overwhelming, until it wasn't. Around 3 a.m., I woke up to a strange noise. It sounded like scratching, something lightly clawing at wood. I walked down a hall and stopped at the basement door. It was locked as always. And then I heard it again, a slow, deliberate scraping sound. Something was moving down there. Something alive. I tried to convince myself it was rats. Or maybe plumbing. But the next night it got worse. This time I heard a whisper. A faint voice, almost a breath. Let me out. I felt sick. The voice didn't sound human. It sounded tired, ancient, wrong. The next day, I opened the basement door. The smell hit me first. Mold, damp air, and something else. Something like rotting flesh. I turned on my phone flashlight and slowly descended. Cobwebs clung to my face. The air was thick, heavy. I reached the far wall, and then I saw it. Scratched into the wooden beams in long, ragged letters. Let me out. The door slammed shut behind me. I turned around, and that's when I saw it. A shape white humanoid, featureless, stood just inches away from me in the dark. No eyes, no mouth, just smooth skin. It tilted its head at me and began to tremble. And then I heard a voice, not with my ears, but inside my head. You already let me out. I blacked out. I woke up on my living room floor. Hands scratched, clothes torn. My neighbors said I was screaming all night, smashing furniture. Since then, the basement door opens on its own. And at night, I see it. Not clearly, just reflections in the TV and mirrors, always standing behind me. And sometimes I catch myself standing at the basement door, scratching the wood and smiling.
Thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to subscribe.